Guys, welcome to Thespillandgrill.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Tashinga.
And this is where you spill the stories.
And we grill them to perfection.
Okay, guys, let's get started with our stories. Today's theme, insecure little men. As always.
Yeah, which is always the theme. We love it. We love it.
And the stories just keep coming, guys. They just keep coming.
Keep getting better and better, no?
Yep.
Which
or
basically
worse
means
worse.
worse and worse. Yes, exactly. You took the words out of my mouth. Okay, here we go. Y'all help me out. I matched with someone in a dating app. We did one volley of questions. I gave a pretty detailed answer. They said their answer would be better explained over the phone or in person. I offered for us to talk on the phone and asked for their number. I call from my text now number and they asked if it was my real number. I told them it wasn't and they said they have had bad experiences in the past and that I was being guarded, inauthentic, and that I have trust issues by not using my real number, and they didn't want to go any further.
Oh, come on.
They definitely seemed agitated. I said that if they were curious, I could explain, but it sounded like they had their mind made up already and I wasn't in the game for convincing folks. And so that was the end of the call. How could this have been handled differently on both parts? I'm waiting on comments, but I just copied and pasted this into ChatGPT. And it's not the answer, but the tone that has me, and she's put an emoji face with the eyes. Okay, ChatGPT. This is what ChatGPT says.
Okay, this is a good situation to unpack because it's one of those moments where expectations, assumptions, and personal boundaries clashed fast. You handled it respectfully, but let's take a closer look at how things could have gone differently for both of you. On your side, how it could have gone differently. Number 1, setting context early. When you offered to talk on the phone, you might have said something like, I usually use text now number at first for safety reasons. Hope that's okay. That frames it as a personal boundary and not secrecy. It may have helped reduce the chance they'd interpretate it negatively. Number 2, reading the room before escalating. If their vibe was still feeling you out, maybe a voice memo or continued texting could have bridged the trust gap before going to a call. Some folks see phone calls as a very big step. And number 3, sticking to your boundaries without apology. You did this well. Offering to explain without begging was fair. You didn't over-explain or chase after someone who clearly came with baggage. Now, on their side, what they could have done differently. Number 1, asking before assuming. Instead of jumping into, you have trust issues, they could have just asked, hey, curious, why text now number? That opens dialogue rather than shutting it down. Number 2, regulating their reaction. Their strong reaction likely had little to do with you and more to do with their unresolved past experiences, but projecting that onto you, especially so early, isn't fair or emotionally mature. And number 3, practicing compassion instead of judgment. Everyone is protecting themselves in online dating. To call someone inauthentic for using secondary number, especially when you are offering a convo, is a bit much. Bottom line, you set a boundary. They didn't like it. Rather than explore or accept it, they judged it. That's on them. Could the situation have been smoother with a little pre-fame? Maybe. But if someone gets that agitated over something that simple, they probably weren't a great match for your energy anyway. You handled it like a grown-ass woman.
Thank you,
Wow.
ChatGPT.
Well, we're not relationship experts, as we always say, but ChatGPT does sound like it. Although, I feel, okay, I'm going to disagree on one small part, and that is, why do you need to explain why you're using that app? Why can I not have, can I use like a private number with you when it's our first phone call? What's wrong with that?
I don't know. Everyone is so transparent on these apps, but everything is out there, right? In that sense.
Yeah.
And I think we're so like, here's my number, here's my Instagram. We're so open to be showing ourselves. Mm-hmm. But if they've had a bad experience, all they've had to say is, hey, I'm just comfortable doing it this way. If you don't like it, then it's true. Then I'm not for them, right?
Right.
Yeah. I think I'm just more curious.
Even though this guy may have been like a perfectly nice guy, or I mean, he doesn't really sound like it, but let's say if he was, like, we don't know that, right? This is the first conversation. We don't know if he's a nice guy or a complete psychopath. So why not like block your number? Right?
Yeah,
like, why not keep your number private?
It's very true.
And the fact that he acted the way he did just shows that if you had given him your number, things may have gotten worse, right?
Yeah.
This would have been one of those situations where you may have had to have blocked him in the future, or maybe even had to change your number. So
Or stalking or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're completely right. Completely
Yeah, she's
right,
had
actually.
bad experiences, and we act on that, right? Like, our experiences in the past, both good and bad, they do shape the way we react to situations later in the future. She wants to stay safe. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there isn't. What is this, date one?
Yeah.
Or just
No,
a
it's not even-
conversation?
no, they
it's not even a
haven't even
date,
been on it.
right? They're
They
just
haven't met.
having a conversation. They're getting to know each other.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you're inauthentic. Well, you're rude. How
Yeah.
about that?
You're rude and you're insecure, because what's wrong? What's wrong with that? Had the conversation went well, did I say that properly?
Yeah,
Had the conversation gone well,
Yeah, so...
you would have given him your number, I'm sure. But because he had to be a baby about it, you're like, you know what? Out. We're done.
It's
okay,
true.
goodbye.
Goodbye.
And I'm sure, like, the poster was actually happy in the end. She's like, and this is why I don't give out my number to everybody.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
of people like this.
Yeah, it just proved her right, basically,
Right?
isn't it?
It
Yeah.
did. It proved her right.
I do like that she goes to ChatGPT and asks for advice. I think that's something
I love that,
we
actually.
need to be doing more often, and it gives, in my opinion, actually very good and sound advice, right?
Yeah. It does give good advice. It's actually amazing and creepy at the same time.
Yeah, it's like therapist.
Yeah.
Why
Instead
would
of going
they?
to therapy, yeah, let's just talk to ChatGPT. Why not?
Maybe they'll start doing that as a feature, but a feature that we pay.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
Probably,
surprised.
right?
That's the future. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
So to the makers of ChatGPT,
Even
don't
the
steal
way-
our idea.
Exactly, and even the way at the beginning it's like, this is a good situation to unpack. This sounds like something we would say
Yeah.
on this podcast. Like, oh, we've got so much to unpack here.
You know what, though? I would say that the poster is on the right in this,
Oh, yeah,
in this
yeah,
situation.
yeah. Definitely.
100%, yeah. I don't like the way this person reacted to that.
Absolutely not. No, and that's like, you're getting blocked.
Yeah,
This is-
absolutely.
like you said, it's the exact reason why I'm using text now.
Yeah, no need to block them.
No, yeah, it's true. So you don't have my number.
Plain and simple. Yeah.
Adios. Yeah.
All right, let's get to the next story. So, I've been dating this guy for a couple of weeks. We've been out a few times. He texts me daily, checks in, real consistent. He's a chef, which sounds sexy in theory, but in reality, he refuses to eat out because, and I quote,
I can make it better.
like, sir, I'm hungry now. You're gonna whip up a 5-course meal in the car? But one night, he calls me up and says, I want to take you out for drinks. I was shocked in big, bold letters. This man voluntarily leaving his kitchen? Oh, this was a moment.
Okay.
So I get ready. Like ready. I shave, moisturize, and throw on my power color, red. Oh, like my shirt.
Yes.
The dress, a tight little number hugging every curve, back out, hitting right below the knees. Just enough class with a sprinkle of try me.
Yes! Snaps! We love this!
I'm loving this. My curls, flawless. My scent, expensive. The heels, tall enough to have me questioning my life choices, but making me feel like I just blocked off a runway. Woo! Can we see a photo?
Exactly,
This sounds
yes.
amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. Fast forward a couple of hours. I pull up in the bar, and there he is, rolling in with his Corvette, looking like a damn snack. I was ready.
Let's eat that snack.
I know, right? We get inside, order drinks, and suddenly he turns into a mime. No eye contact, barely talking. Like, sir, did I accidentally take your voice along with your breath? I ask him,
She's funny.
everything okay? Right? I do like the commentary. He hits me with, we'll talk about it later.
Oh.
Oh, later. The way my anxiety is set up, later does not work for me. But fine, I let it go. Waiter comes over and asks me if we want food. I say yes because clearly conversation was not on the menu tonight.
No.
An hour passes and I finally hit my limit and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna head out. He nods and says, text me when you get home. I get home, text him, and boom, this man starts typing. Full-blown paragraph mode. He says he can't do this anymore because I dress too provocative. Apparently, everyone at the bar was staring at me and it made him uncomfortable. Now, sir, you mean to tell me I spent an hour sitting in silence while you stewed like one of your bougie reductions, and this was the issue?
Wow.
So I hit him back with, why didn't you tell me when I was in front of you? His response, I didn't want to make a scene.
Okay, fair enough, actually.
So you waited until I got home, out of the scene, to tell me about the scene you refused to address in the scene.
In the scene.
Good point.
Got a lot of scenes going on here.
I simply replied, no worries. Thanks for the memories. Good luck.
Thanks for the memories, even though they weren't so great. He tastes like you, but sweeter. If you know that song, put it in the comments.
And then there's a little more. She says, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I got ghosted by a man who couldn't handle the heat outside of the kitchen. I know. This is like, I think, one of my favorite stories. And somebody wrote back, and there was a few other comments, but this was, I think, the best comment. So you mean to tell me this guy had the hottest lady in the whole entire bar sitting with him on a goddamn date with him, and instead of thinking, hell yeah, losers, she came here with me and y'all can't get her, he thinks you were the problem for dressing too good? Am I seeing this right? Why, straight men, honestly, why? She looked amazing and he didn't like that.
I don't get it. What he said, that guy at the comments, I completely agree. Like, would you not be like, I'm with the hottest girl in the room.
Yeah.
I get to be in her presence.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the lucky one. You guys can look.
But you can't touch.
No, you cannot.
I can, but you can't.
Exactly. Wouldn't you be proud?
Exactly,
But there's
right?
a lot of men that aren't, Sarah. There are a lot.
And it doesn't sound like she was provocative at all.
No.
Like, okay, yes, she had the high heels, but then the dress was below the knee.
Hun, to be honest, this sounds like something I would wear at work, so shut up.
There you go. There you go.
Back out, heels off.
Why not? Why not? This is one of your first times going out to like a place that has like food and drinks, because he's always in his kitchen, right?
Yeah.
What a disappointment. I mean, you were looking good.
Such a shame.
And it was his idea. He said, let me take you out tonight. What did he expect? That you were going to show up in sweatpants?
It's like, do you know who you're dating, in the sense of, you know who you're looking at, right? So you must think, I'm sure if they dress nice, they're going to look wow, right? So you almost act like as if you don't know who you're dating. Like, you chose also to go on a date with this person. Yeah. And now you're surprised that they put on some makeup and look really hot. Now you're surprised? Right. It's like, sorry, no.
And this whole, like, he wants to make his food himself. Like, that's the thing. Like, you think, like, oh, I'm dating a chef. You go, oh, like, ooh, he's going to make you some nice dinner. But, like, I think, like, every chef has their own specialty.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
So, like, if there's a guy who, like, his specialty is, like, Italian, yes, fine. We won't go to an Italian restaurant. But what about if I want to go to an Indian restaurant?
Exactly.
Or, like, a Greek restaurant, or Spanish food or something. He can't make every single dish better. No. And that's impossible.
Also, chefs know other chefs. So you're obviously going to go, oh, you know what? My friend is a chef here. Let's go to that restaurant.
Right.
Like, okay, I might not like to go out, but can I at least choose the places where I know you're going to have good food from my friends that are chefs?
Right.
So the fact that he's like, I don't want to go out because I can cook. It's like, dude, grow up. Like,
even chefs like to go out for food, like to go out for dinner. And they know the best spots because they know the chefs. That doesn't make sense. And it's too bad, because you would think that dating a chef would be exciting that way.
It sounds like he wants control. That's now, saying this out loud and analysing everything, he wants control of how she looks, how she dresses, and where they go for food. So, honey, that was a fun 3 weeks. Now go wear the outfit for someone else.
Yeah, exactly. It. Yeah, wear that outfit for someone that's going to appreciate it, because I'm sure there is somebody like that.
Absolutely. I mean, we appreciate it. We don't even see the outfit.
And he should be thinking about how he cannot wait to take you home that night. Not like, well, I didn't like that.
Yeah, no. You're completely right. You're completely No.
That's how I feel. Like, that's how I feel like he was saying it. Like, just brooding and being like all...
Like a rat, like a child.
So you don't want your lady to look good, sir?
I think a lot of men, honestly, don't.
I know this girl. Used to be 300 pounds, okay? Oh, wow. She lost 150. So even at
wow.
yeah, she did an amazing job. Even at 150, she was still a little bit overweight, but she looked amazing because she dropped
From
literally
300.
yeah, she literally dropped half of her weight, right?
Wow.
Met this guy, and she had put on a little bit of weight. Like, she had put on maybe at like 30 or 40 pounds since then, okay? But
fair
still,
enough.
she's lost over 100 pounds at this
Okay.
point. This guy was so insecure. Like, he was like super jealous, super controlling. And when she would show him photos of when she was 150 pounds, he would tell her, no, stay the way you are. You look sick in those photos. Like, as if to say, like, she looked like, which she didn't. But this was him
Trying to get her to eat.
so she could continue staying larger so that, like, it would be less threatening for him. Like he knew that less men would be interested in her. She married him. They're still together.
Oh my God! What?
Yeah,
Really?
he completely controls her life. 100%.
That's so
Yeah.
sad. Oh my God, that's so calculated.
It's so sad, yeah. And she's lost a lot of her friends, including myself, through that marriage, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
But then there you go. There are a lot of men that are very...
But you see, that's the type of men. Like, that man would never be able to date a girl who can, like, wear a tight dress and high heels and look like she walked off a runway. He wouldn't be able to handle it. He'd be too jealous. Like my shirt says, I would say, nope, not today, not ever.
Not ever, yeah.
To both these guys.
Yeah.
What losers. Ugh. All right. We're done. Let's not give them more attention than they deserve.
So, that is it for today's episode. Remember, we are not professionals, we are not therapists, we are not psychotherapists, we are not dating coaches.
We're not experts. We're not ChatGPT. We're definitely...
We're definitely
it's
not.
definitely more qualified than we are. That's for sure.
Exactly. So take what we say with a pinch of salt, but we are here sharing our points of view, our opinion, and our experiences as well. We're growing the community pretty fast, so we're very excited.
Yes. And we're just two ladies who we like to talk. We like to share experiences, and that's what it's all about. That's what Threads is all about. Reddit, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. And so we're just part of that. So if you have a story, please let us know, because we love to share it and we love to talk about it.
Exactly. So if you are watching on YouTube, you have been watching The Spill and Grill with myself, Tashinga.
And Sarah.
And if you are listening on Spotify, thank you for listening to the Spill and Grill podcast. I'm Sarah. No, I'm Tashinga. I'm Tashinga.
And I'm Sarah.
Thank you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.